Jazz.
Oh.
Just on time.
Hi.
Find your way all right, I hope.
Yeah, I did.
Good. Want anything? Tea, coffee, soda?
No, I'm good, thanks.
All right. Come have a seat then.
I hope I'm not interrupting any important business or anything.
No. You've caught me on lunch break.
Okay. How have you been?
I've been well. Business as usual. And you?
I wish I could say I've been better, honestly.
I'm sorry to hear that. What happened?
Well, a few things, but the most recent thing is, Mom and I had a talk, and, she wants to put me through some kind of trial.
Your mother does?
Yeah.
What sort of trial?
See if I can fend myself off in a fight.
I see. So is it some sort of like gymnastics or a race maybe? Or is it actually sort of a martial arts training she's doing with you?
I think it might have something to do with the people back on the island that the war is over.
She wants to see if you can defend yourself
She said I'm a target
against
now, so...
a possible... So something spooked her back on the island.
Maybe.
It's safe to assume they will target the family. You being the prime target, of course, closest to Willow. And it wouldn't be the first time, would it?
Unfortunately not.
Has she told you what this trial will encompass?
Not really. That's kind of what worries me a little bit. I told her I didn't feel ready for it yet, so...
My guess is that something scared her on the island. Enough to worry about you back here. So she wants to know if you'll be alright by yourself while she's in her war.
Maybe. Apparently a lot of people have been telling her that they've been seeing me walking around by myself, so...
You are a teenage girl. I would be concerned if you didn't or weren't allowed to wander. I'll bet in public areas. But it is a dangerous world out there. You have safety measures, don't you?
Yeah.
In the event a creep wanders by, for example,
Yeah.
and gets a bright idea to try to harass you or otherwise.
Yeah.
Good. So he must be fearful for other circumstances. Like her blood family trying to hurt you. If you feel like you aren't ready, then you did the right thing telling her as such. But your mother, I assume, won't be content until she knows you can protect yourself without her. But that is only one avenue. There are many different you can choose. Jonas, for example, has provided you with a safe haven. I seriously doubt the Islanders and your blood family can reach you from within his haven. I myself can provide you with a sweet home deep within MMI for safekeeping.
You could?
Darling, I am Malius McKay.
That's fair. I mean, it'd be better than owing money to Jonas again.
An entire demon invasion only made its way to the 3rd level of my establishment. And I assure you, it's not even halfway. You might be a bit bored. You couldn't really see your friends, unless you invited them over. Which I could oblige. But we could keep you in safe hands till her war's over. That way she wouldn't have that weight on her shoulders worrying about you.
That's fair.
But eventually, dear, you will need to learn how to protect yourself. Grow into an adult. Your mother won't always be there.
Yeah, that's fair, and unfortunately I've already been in a few situations where I had to fight.
Quite so. You are ahead of the curve. Most children, most teenagers your age, haven't experienced as much as you have.
Just being stuck in an alternate reality count?
That is an experience, yes.
Yeah, it was. It was something, alright. If that's even where we were, I don't even know where we were at.
You speak of the kidnapping through the portal?
No, something else happened a while ago.
Oh? Since then?
Yeah, it wasn't just me though, it was several other people.
At least you had company. And you made it out all right?
I got my arm clawed open, but other than that I was fine.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I feel kind of bad about lying to Mom about it, but my friend Sarah almost got hit by whatever it was, and I jumped in front of her to block it.
Very noble of you to
Mm.
protect your friend. See, you aren't some harmless individual, Jazz. You can protect yourself, your friends. You've experienced much. And perhaps you are ready for your mother's trial, whatever it may be. And if you pass it, she will be content.
I guess that's fair. There's something else that's been bothering me too. That me and Kiko talked about recently. Speaking of Mom.
I'm all ears.
Do you think, there might be something aberrant in me that just hasn't been wakened yet?
You are a special girl. I've thought of this too, wondered. Though I'm not quite sure. Whatever it may be, could be latent, dormant, like you said. And it could stay that way for your entire life. Some people live and die with dormant abilities, or sicknesses, or otherwise. Usually such latent aspects of someone like yourself could be awakened by stress or by emotion.
I'm just worried that
or you could have a gene of your mother's. Why do you wonder this? Did something happen?
No, it's just I've been thinking about it, and I'm just worried that, I don't know, Mom just seems different ever since more of it started revealing itself. I'm just worried that maybe that'll happen to me.
Your mother has changed over the last year, quite drastically, from what she was. Due to many aspects. Her family coming back to haunt her. Primarily, her awakening into her aberrant self.
The public doesn't help.
They don't help most of the time, dear.
Unfortunately.
If something did happen to warrant this curiosity, you would tell me, yes?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's honestly just been wondering and thinking about things, about the future and currently.
Hmm. Do you know what an aberration is, dear?
I mean, I've played Baldur's Gate. Does that count?
I've heard it's quite good. I've not played it myself. There are some similarities, sure. But an aberration, much like any other species, can vary quite drastically. You may call a phantom an aberration, a lost spirit, damned to haunt a mansion, for example. That is a kind of aberration. But it is much different than what your mother is, yes?
Mm.
I'll bet your mother is quite a special one, being a half-breed of sorts. She was tested upon, and that aberrant side was created. A general term for an aberration, most would say, is something that does not belong in the natural world. That can vary from phantoms to ghosts, to the undead, to creatures like your mother. There is as much, possibly more, variations, aberrations than there are different species on the material. It would be quite hard to find similar aberrations to one another. If there is a part of you that is an aberration, taken from your bloodline, it would be quite dangerous, as aberrations require certain and follow certain rules to stay here in the natural world.
Like what?
It could vary, obviously, depending on the aberration. But certain appetites might come about. Or perhaps you become sensitive to light. Or your entire mind changes. Concepts form both old and new. You become a different person, a different entity. Entirely. Such drastic changes are happening with your mother.
Is it bad to say I'm kind of scared of her?
No, of course not. Fear is a natural feeling. Seeing someone change so drastically in such a short amount of time, someone as important as your mother.
I just felt really uncomfortable saying
And
that.
she may continue to change, Jazz. You remind me of myself. I came of age, and I too felt uncomfortable with my parents. I began to see cracks in their otherwise cemented personas, flaws in them. I became unruly, an unruly teenager, uncomfortable with my own blood. I wanted to be set free. And so, I became rebellious. And I ran away from home, much like you did. Except I never came back.
Do your parents ever try to reach out?
No doubt they do. But part of being a child is to surpass your parents. I remain hidden to them. On purpose. If they were to find out where I am, I would need to flee again. My home would be in jeopardy, my family. They would attempt to control me again. Control what I have.
Well, I'm glad they haven't found you yet.
What I'm saying, though, Jazz, is it's natural for a child to outgrow their family, to strike out on their own. And you are a teenager. You have or already hit puberty. There will be a point when you wish to leave your mother. Find your own home, your own path. Welcome it.
Okay.
Now, is there anything else you would like to discuss?
Not really. It was just that kind of concern, and not only that, but it had been a while, so I just wanted to see how you were doing too. What about Stella? How's she doing?
She is doing quite all right. Though she is preparing for an adventure of her own.
Really?
She is.
Well, I hope she has fun.
I think she will have the utmost fun. How serendipitous that you both are experiencing similar developments at the same time.
Well, to be fair, I don't think my adventure's gonna be... Nah, it's just in the mountains. Nothing special.
Darling, you find yourself in curiosities every time I see you.
Yeah. I think I jinxed myself. Oh well.
Live life, experience much. When it comes to your mother, it is your choice whether you want to undergo her trial. Give her reassurance of your safety. Or I could provide my own help. A safe haven while she is out to war. Or neither. Do what you will. Just stay in contact with her. Text her every now and then to assure her that you are safe.
Of course.
And if you are not, and you find yourself in another curiosity, a little white lie will solve it.
Alright.
But after all, she is your mother, and she will come running to help you if the need arises.
Oh, also, we don't have a time or a day picked out yet, but, Mom and I are planning to organize for my Sweet 16 soon.
Wonderful. Do you have a time on the calendar yet?
Not yet. We're still deciding.
I would very much like to attend. Keep me in the know.
Yeah, of course.
Excellent. That ought to be very fun.
I hope so.
Now, dear, is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I think that's it. Thank you.
Of course, darling. I'm happy to talk to you any time. And if you need anything, you know how to reach me.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll have someone show you out.
Okay.
In the meantime, wish your mother well for me. Tell her to be safe.
I will.
And you too.
Yeah.
Good.
Thanks, Dad.
Good to see you, Jazz.
Good to see you too.
Now be on your way.